Live. So, welcome to day two of the Thrive conference. And tonight we are going to be having a delectable expert in our midst to take us through a journey. And it's going to be a journey indeed. So, I hope you are ready. I hope you are ready. If you are ready, I want to see your comments in the comment section. So, let us know that you are ready. You can hit the like button to let others know that we are here. To let anybody who is randomly coming across this video to let them know that there's something going on, and for the algorithm to also promote the video. So if you are in the group and the group is open by any means, in fact, I know the group will not be open because of some human beings that manage to find themselves inside there, and they're posting their spam links. But whatever the case may be, um you can share the link, let everyone know that something is happening. Share the link that brought you to this particular video wherever you're watching from. I know LinkedIn, I know people are viewing from LinkedIn, I know people are viewing from YouTube, and then people are viewing from Facebook, if I'm not mistaken. So if you are seeing this, let me know where you're watching from. Let us know where you are viewing from, whether it's LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube. You can also mention what part of the world you are viewing from. Okay, I can already see your names. Some names will not show, so you can also mention your name in the comment section. So we're going to be diving right into what we are here for tonight, and I'll still turn on my camera. The owners of the power supply just collected it, so I'd have to go and turn on my generator in the middle of the session. But I want to bring up our fantastic facilitator for tonight's session, and I want you all to pay keen attention. And there's a reason for this. There's a reason for this particular event. There's a reason for this particular topic, and there's a reason for this particular person. Okay, and our guest speaker for tonight is none other but Sir Harry Porbeni. So he is a visionary entrepreneur, a strategic consultant pioneering innovation-driven solutions in business, technology, and human resources. With over a decade of experience spanning various sectors, I repeat, various sectors, he has honed expertise in business development, branding, and technology solutions. As the founder of Planetharry Solutions Limited and chief executive consultant of GetAdvantage Consulting Limited, he has empowered over 5,000 MSMEs and aspiring entrepreneurs to actualize their business dreams through tailored strategies and capacity building initiatives. Harry's journey is marked by a relentless pursuit of empowerment and impact, armed with a background in computer science and certifications in human resources management, design-driven entrepreneurship, digital marketing, and information security. He leverages his diverse skill set to drive tangible results. From serving as a key figure in the defunct Transatlantic Mortgage Bank to spearheading initiatives like Startup Bielsa and Employability Conference Campus Tour, Harry is committed to fostering innovation, entrepreneurship, and youth development. His extensive involvement in technology and business communities underscores his dedication to driving meaningful change at both local and national levels. Beyond his professional endeavors, Harry is a passionate advocate for social responsibility, volunteering with organizations like Tony Elumelu Foundation and Micro Mentor to provide invaluable mentorship to aspiring entrepreneurs. Through his dynamic online presence and free training sessions, he continues to inspire and empower individuals to realize their full potentials. Harry Porbeni embodies the spirit of innovation and leadership, catalyzing sustainable growth and transformation in every endeavor he undertakes. And he will be speaking on the topic maximizing your multiple potentials for 10x profit in your career and business. I'm sure you are ready. You are ready. I'm sure you are ready to receive from him. And I want to see that excitement right here in the comment section. So you can put in comments while the session is going on. You can drop comments. You are free to um you know mention anything that strikes you, anything that hits you hard, any fact, any detail, any tip that comes to you and you would like to grab it and run with it. You can put it down in the comments and I'll pull it up to the screen. So you are welcome to the session tonight, and just grab your popcorn or grab whatever you are eating, whether it's bread, just grab it and get ready as I bring the emperor, the conqueror, the landlord on stage. And let me say something about Mr. Harry. Um, you know, I've known him for quite some time. So I read his bio, yes, professional, very powerful person. But this is somebody I know on a very close personal level. He's one of the few people who on this earth encouraged me to understand or to vehemently embrace my multiple identities, my multi-talented nature. He's one of those people that let me know that it is very possible. Yeah, it's possible to be diverse, to be doing many things. It's possible to have multiple potentials and still manifest excellence in each of those potentials, or as many of those potentials as you can. It's very, very possible to have multiple lines of interest and passions and still find a way to create a synergy with groups or those different sets of skills that you have or abilities that you have and drive maximum, I mean, maximum profits. We are living in a world where it seems like the only thing they preach when it comes to this area is impossibility. It's bias, it's filled with people's rigid opinions that are meant to box you in. I was reading a book today. Um, what's the name of the book again? Uh, The Millionaire Fast Lane. I agree with pretty much everything in that book, but getting to the very last, I think about the last chapter also, where he talked about engaging in multiple business ventures and stuff. I just felt like, no, there's so much bias here. Like, this is really just one-sided, right? People forget that there are just different ways to succeed. It's not just one thing. So Mr. Harry is that one person that I can tell you for sure that if you listen to him, and not just listening to him today, if you follow him, you will definitely see excellence manifest in multiple colors. So, ladies and gentlemen, join me as I welcome Mr. Harry on stage. Good evening and welcome, sir.
Yeah, good evening, and thank you, Chijoke. Good evening, everybody. Thank you for being here, and thank you for giving me the privilege to be a part of this conference. We are going to spend the next I don't know how long we have, but let's say the next 1 hour looking at a couple of things that can help us maximize our multiple potential. I understand that some of us struggle with the possibility of being more than one thing at a time. It is possible. While it is not for everybody, it is possible. And how we can maximize these potentials across our private and business lives, I think is what we want to do today. We'll be looking at 10 points in the course of this conversation. We would look at 10 points, 10 things, 10 areas we can focus to help us maximize our potentials. Some of us are multi-talented, some of us are multi-skilled, some of us are multi-dimensional, some of us are what we have come to know as a polymath. And many of us do not even know we are polymaths. And And there is something about polymaths, they are restless, they are impatient, a lot of them. One minute they're on a project, the next minute they're onto something else. They easily get bored, some of them. But then there are also those who are very, very excellent in running with almost everything they get involved in. And that is where maximizing comes in. Your ability to be able to do several things to improve your profitability, either as a person or as a business. And so we'll dive right into that. Maximizing your multiple potentials for 10x profits in your career or business. For me, it involves a combination of strategic planning, skill development, innovation, and effective execution. I'll say that again. For you to maximize your multiple potentials for profitability, either as a person or as a business, it involves a combination of strategic planning, skill development, innovation, and effective execution. It is not enough that you're multi-talented. It's not enough that you're a polymath. You should be able to know how to combine that with other skills to be able to max that profitability. So the first thing we're going to look at is identifying your strength and passion. Identifying your strength and passion, that's the first thing we're looking at. Many of us have things we would call our passion. And for some reason, we struggle with identifying what those things are. Something you like does not necessarily mean a passion. Something you like does not necessarily mean a passion. So we don't misunderstand it. Now, because we are looking at career and business, I would streamline this conversation to just those two things. How do you identify your strengths? If you have ever done the SWOT analysis before, I think this wouldn't be strange to you. But if you have not done the SWOT analysis before, my first task for you would be to take this assignment home and develop your own SWOTs. SWOT is an acronym for strength, weakness, opportunity, threats. And so for us to identify strength in this context will refer to everything we can do very well. Anything that comes effortlessly to you, anything that you do not struggle to do, anything you are skilled at doing, anything that you have leverage over, anything that gives you an advantage, all of these are your strengths. I have a very comprehensive content on SWOT analysis. It should be on my YouTube channel. Yes, just look for Harry Porbeni on YouTube. It should be there. It's comprehensive enough for anybody that wants to learn about SWOT analysis. So identifying your strengths begins with just those things that you find very easy to do. You can itemize them. It could be public speaking, it could be networking, it could be making other people happy, it could be being creative, it could be being innovative, anything that gives you an advantage, that gives you leverage is a strength. When you identify your strengths, the things that strength allows you to do are your passions. The things that your strengths allows you to do are your passions. Now, not all passion is monetizable at a time. Not all passion can be monetized at a time. Some of us have passions that are not easily monetized at a particular time. Usually, the rule of thumb for me is that if you have a passion that cannot generate you income, I'm not saying throw it away, but focus on what can generate you income so that you have enough time to pursue that passion without it costing you anything. Remember, we are talking about profitability. So if your passion would not bring you money, that is a challenge. So In identifying your strength and weakness, you need to understand what you excel at. What are the things you enjoy doing? Those things will make up for your strengths and passion. Your strengths and passion, in my opinion, are your biggest assets. They are your biggest assets. They are internal. There are things you can change. There are things you can improve on. And so they are your internal and biggest assets. And you can leverage on them to drive very significant growth as a person or as a business. Number two, setting clear goals. Setting clear goals. The second thing you need to do to maximize your multiple potential is to set clear goals. It is not enough that you're setting goals. Your goals must be smart. If your goals are not smart, then you're not setting the right goals. SMART is also an acronym for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time-bound. SMART is an acronym for specific, measurable, achievable, realistic, time-bound. If your goals do not meet these specifications, that goal is not clear. So I'll give you an example. A specific goal is simply a goal that meets a particular target, a particular objective. An example will be, by the end of this year, I want to buy a car. That is not a specific goal. By the end of this year has no time frame. By December 2024, I want to buy a car. That is a specific goal. By the end of this year, I want to buy a car. That goal is not measurable because there is no specific time frame to it. At the end of this year, by the end of this year, that is not measurable. By the end of this year, I want to buy a car. I can't tell if that is achievable or not. Because the parameters to measure the level of achievement for that goal is neither here or there. By the end of this year, I want to buy a car. How can I tell if that is realistic? How can I tell if that goal is realistic? But if I want to set a SMART goal, this is what I would do. I want to buy a car by December 2024. I want to buy a Toyota car. I want to buy a 2020 Toyota Corolla car. The cost of the car is, for the sake of this conversation, the cost of the car is 1.2 million. 1.2 million divided by 12 months means that every month I need to have a minimum of 100,000 saved somewhere. A minimum of 100,000 saved somewhere. So if I'm not able to save 100,000 in a quarter, I already know that I'm not likely going to buy a car. So specifications, ability to measure, ability to read whether it is achievable or not, the realistic nature of the goal, and then the time limit allows you to measure your goals properly. So if you want to be able to maximize your potential, either in your career or in your business, you should be able to set clear goals. Clear goals on whatever it is you want to do. Those goals must be smart. If they are not smart, you're making a mistake. You're only setting resolutions, not goals. So your goals need to be smart. Very, very smart. When you set smart goals, they provide you direction and motivation to work towards them. When you set smart goals, they provide you with motivation and direction to achieve them. The third point is continuous learning and skill development. Continuous learning and skill development. We're in a world where things are changing very fast. Things run at a very fast pace. What you know today is most likely obsolete tomorrow. What you know today, AI is already doing much more tomorrow. And so we are constantly on a learning journey. And for you to be able to maximize what you have, you should stay on the path of learning consistently. Some of us have talents we were born with, and some people learned those talents by way of skill development. The difference between these two people is the person that can monetize. The difference between these two people is the person that can monetize. If you cannot monetize, then the talent or the skill you have is as good as useless. Your ability to monetize a talent or a skill, we'll get to it at some point, is what makes it important. It's what makes it relevant. It's what makes it valuable. I am multipotential. I'm a polymath. But how do I make profits out of what I know? How do I make profits out of who I am? There are certain skills you might need to learn to help you maximize profitability in your career or in your business. For example, you need to learn the art of selling. You need to learn the art of marketing. You need to learn the art of networking. You need to learn the art of public speaking. These are skills that you will need to function or to complement your potential to function out there. It is not enough that you have potential, but those potentials would need complementary skills for you to be able to function out there. Take, for instance, you're a tech person. You're very good. You're what we call a full stack tech person. If you do not know how to talk, if you do not know how to speak, you will suffer. If you do not know how to sell, you will suffer. So one is the skill, the other is the business of the skill. It is not enough that you're multipotential. It is not enough that you're multi-talented. If you do not know the business of your potential, you will struggle. If you do not understand the business of your potential, you will assume that something is wrong with you. Other people are going ahead and doing something with their skills and talents. You're struggling with yours. The answer is simple. You do not understand the business part of what you have. The beginning of the knowledge of the business aspect of whatever potential you possess is the starting of maximizing that potential. If your potential is, for example, singing, you can sing, is a skill. How do you use your singing to make music that people would appreciate and buy? That is the business. How many people would like the kind of music that you will make? Where are the people that would like the kind of music that you make? How can you reach out to them? How can you connect to them? This is you thinking on the business aspect of maximizing your potential. We all know there are very talented people out there everywhere. Many are struggling. And oftentimes you wonder, why are they struggling? Let me give you an example. Let's look at our own music industry in Nigeria. There are some artists who are not up there yet, but you and I can tell that they make very good music. And then there is this other person who doesn't have a very great voice, but has a very strong management team behind him. And that person is all over the world, shutting down concert venues, selling out shows, topping Billboard charts. And then you're wondering what's happening. And then sometimes we think it's favoritism. Some of us think it's because of this or that. The truth is, if you do not understand the business of music, you will sing good music, you will make very good music, but you struggle. So it's the same thing with being multi-potential. It's the same thing with being a polymath. It's the same thing with being a talented or a skilled person. All of that is the first stage. Your ability to maximize these skills by converting them into somebody's needs and make it appreciable for people to buy you can't maximize profits, either as a person or as a business. So those complementing or complementary skills that you need to help you maximize what you have are what you should continuously learn. They are the new skills you should develop. Develop skills in selling, develop skills in marketing, develop skills in public speaking, develop skills in networking. If you can, take entrepreneurship courses. Understand what business is all about, and then localize your understanding to your skill set. Up till now, we have young people who think that the moment they walk into a tech hub, learn a tech skill, they are supposed to make money instantly. Money is supposed to fall on their roof. They, like they said colloquially, they should blow. But see, learning the tech skill is the technical part. Understanding the business part of the tech skill is entrepreneurship. If you know the technical part and do not understand the entrepreneurial part, you will struggle, which is what is happening to a lot of us. We struggle with how to maximize our potential. Next is building a diverse network. Building a diverse network. Why would you need a diverse network? To be talented is one thing. To have potential is another thing. But you need to deliberately, consciously cultivate relationships with professionals from diverse backgrounds and industries that will appreciate what you have, that will appreciate what you do. Networking opens up opportunities. The more you network, the more opportunities that are open to you. The more you socialize, networking, the more you network, socialize, mix up with the right kind of people in the right industry that will appreciate the ideas you have, the more opportunities you're open to. Sometimes you could be talking to someone who may not have an immediate need for your skill set, your suggestion, solution, or innovation, but they know somebody who knows another somebody who might have an immediate need for the services you can provide, for the solutions you have to offer. Networking opens up opportunities for collaboration, mentorship, business partnership that can significantly enhance your career or business prospects. So, one of the ways to maximize your potential, multiple potential, as the case may be, is to build a diverse network. Be strategic in your networking. Learn the arts of positioning. Position yourself. A few years ago, I did an analogy on Facebook, and I said something in this line. I said, while we were all in school, I'm sure some of us would have the same experience. While we were in school, or if you're still in school, we have that one person that we all just assume not amounts to anything. Maybe because of how the person is indifferent about his studies or has more time to have fun than actually read. Some of us just feel this person is just here because he wants to just mark the time. This guy will not do anything with this degree. This guy is not serious about education. This guy is just here. Probably they forced him to be here. We have at least one of such persons in our space. It could be a guy, it could be a lady, as the case may be. But fast forward, we've all finished school, gone for service, and then you run into this person, and they seem to be doing excellently well. They're working with maybe one big IOC or one big tech company, one big pharmaceutical or something. The point is they are doing very well. And then you begin to wonder, I know that this guy wasn't brilliant in school, he wasn't up there. How did this guy find himself where he is and is doing so well? Whereas you that probably had a first class or maybe something good, you're still struggling to get a job. In most cases, the answer is in the art of networking. In most cases, the answer is in the art of positioning. They know the right places to go. They know the right places to be. They know when to be there. They keep their ears open. They hear that there is going to be a conference of ABC professionals in Abuja, and they live in Abuja. They find a way to attend. They hear that there's going to be an entrepreneurship gathering here or there. They find a way to be there. They position. And then when they find somebody, they find a Dangote or a Tony Lumelu or a Danjuma or a Dan Tata somewhere, they plan the right pitch, and then they strike a conversation. They show interest in the other man's business or journey, as the case may be. And in between that, they throw in their own value. And before you know it, they're getting an invitation to make a presentation. Before you know it, they're getting a job. They didn't get that job scouting the internet, applying for vacancies. No, they got it through networking. So you cannot maximize your potential sitting behind the system all the time. You cannot maximize your potential staying at home all the time. You need to structure proper networking systems. You need to be intentional and deliberate about networking. You need to pick the right places you want to be, how you're going to do what you will do when you get there, and then position yourself. So building a diverse network is one of the strategies for maximizing your potential. The next is to embrace innovation. Embrace innovation. Stay open to new ideas. That's what it means. Stay open to new ideas and innovative approaches in your field or in the fields that you have interest in. I have interest in several fields: entrepreneurship, tech, oil and gas, construction, agriculture. I have interest in several places. And I try to follow the trends in these places. That's what it means to embrace innovation. What you know is never enough. There is always a lot more to know. And so keep yourself open to innovation, to ideas, new ideas especially. Look for ways to differentiate yourself from everybody else. Look for ways to separate your business from what everybody else is doing, even when you're offering the same service. Find an innovative way to differentiate yourself from everybody. I'll give you another example. GetAdvantage Consulting provides HR services. But when we go to pitch, we tell our clients that what we provide is not just strategic HR, we provide innovation-driven HR. What that means is that HR for us is not a one-cap-fits-all. It's not a template we learned from school. It's not a template on the internet. We have a proven structure of how we drive HR from one business to another. And when we come to your business, there are sets of tasks we carry out. There are sets of assignments we introduce to give us a unique position of your organization. And then we build the HR around your own reality. That's innovation. So our approach to HR is not just the same approach everybody has. We have a unique approach to HR, and it has helped us to drive good services to our clients. It has helped us to drive services that have ended up giving us recommendation to other customers or other clients, as the case may be. So in the areas where you operate, embrace innovation. How can I be different? How can I be unique? We might all bear the same name, but how can we stand out from other people who do the same things that we do? If we have to pitch, what would make us different from other clients? The more innovative you are, the more you can maximize your potential. For example, you're a public speaker as a skill. If you cannot have people engage you to speak, how about you record speeches on key issues and put it on the internet where it can monetize? That's just being innovative. It's elementary, but I'm giving you an example. That's you being innovative. You're not waiting for people to employ you. You're not waiting for people to engage you. You have engaged yourself. You have created a platform to allow you monetize your potential using technology. So that's you embracing innovation. The next is focusing on high value activities. Focusing on high value activities. People that are polymaths will tell you, they will understand this very well. They will tell you how they are able to stay active, how they are able to combine a lot of things at the same time without losing focus. The secret is that they focus on high value activities. They don't involve themselves in everything and anything. They focus on those things that needs managerial touch. They focus on those things that need managerial touch. They focus on those things that require their own competence. Let's assume you run a business. You cannot be the secretary, be the receptionist. You're the one that wants to attend to customers. You're the one that wants to do delivery. No, that's you not focusing on the high value activities. Focusing on the high value activities is focusing on the things that need managerial decision. This is assuming you're a business. But assuming you are a person, there are certain things you shouldn't bother yourself about. So prioritize your task and projects. Prioritize your tasks that have the potential to generate the highest returns for your career and business. Look at your potential. Look at the talents you have. Look at the skills you have. I think it was on something of this nature that myself and Chijoke had our first conversation. You are multi-talented. You're multi-potential. You're a polymath. You can't do everything at the same time. So what you do is you focus on those potential that have the highest return on investment. You focus on the potential that has the capacity to generate the highest return for you per time. When you are able to generate a lot more, you would have time, because you're creating systems. You will have time to now pick up on the other skills. Let me give you another example. When Chijoke was reading, my primary background is tech. I did computer science. And then I've been able to move away, not entirely move away, I've been able to integrate other things to what I know how to do. But now, this is the interesting point. I like everything that I do, but I can't do everything that I like at the same time. So I asked myself, what is the common factor across the board for everything that I like and for everything that I can do? I provide HRO services. I provide entrepreneurship trainings. I provide branding services. I provide consulting services. I provide mentorship. I provide coaching services. I do public speaking. I do tech. And I asked myself, what can I use to connect everything that I do together? It took me a while, but I was able to find it. And it was tech. I was able to use tech to connect everything that I know how to do together. And so I come to you as Harry Porbeni. Depending on what your challenge is, I come to you as a coach, as a consultant, as a mentor, depending on what the challenge is. But let's assume a business owner walks up to me to say, I want to register my business. And I'm saying, okay, that's nice. That's very good. So why do you want to register this particular name? Why do you like this name? And the person explains whatever the idea is behind the name. And we have agreed to register the business name. And then for some reason, I asked if there would be a need to trademark the business name. And then I convinced the person to trademark the business name, a skill that I have will go into use, trademarking that business name. Now we have registered a business name. We need to develop a business plan for the business. Now we start developing a business plan. From developing a business plan, we will think about branding the business. So we go into branding. From branding the business, we go into structuring the business. And then we will talk about staff hiring. We'll talk about staff training. Then we'll talk about strategies in marketing, sales, customer service, and all of that. At the end of the day, we would have gone across every skill that I have, but the client came in from one point. The client probably knew me for one thing, but when they came in, we were able to use that one entry to satisfy every other challenge that they have. Focus on that part of you that would have the highest traffic. It does not mean that the other parts of you are going to waste. No, find a way to bundle all of them as a service, as a product. So we have what we call the enterprise package as a service. It's a package as a service. If a client pays for the enterprise package, in that package, you have your business registration, your business plan development, your branding, your HRO documentation on recruit staff, how to give them their engagement documents and all of that. We have all those things in a bundle, and it is called enterprise package. It's a starter pack for small business owners. So you need to be able to focus on those things that will give you the highest return. You can't be everything at the same time. I hope this is making sense to someone. Next, let us look at taking calculated risks. Taking calculated risks. Some of us have paid jobs, and we are thinking if resigning from our paid jobs and becoming freelancers and self-employed is a good risk. The answer is neither here or there. But taking calculated risk, you should be willing to step out of your comfort zone. Take calculated risks to pursue growth opportunities. Of course, if you want to grow, you must take risk. But before you do that, you must evaluate the potential of those risks versus the reward. You must carefully evaluate them before you make your decisions. While you're doing that, don't put fear in front of you. Many years ago, I became dissatisfied with my job. I wasn't getting what we would call job satisfaction. Not because the job was bad, no. It was because I wasn't using my potentials to their fullest. The job didn't have room for me to use those potential. And so I needed to go out there and find other expressions that will allow me to put my skills into use. For example, if I had 10 tech skills, the job only allowed me to use about 2. So the others were wasting away, and I needed to express them. And so I resigned and left my job, which was paying very well at the time. It was okay financially at the time, but mentally I wasn't getting satisfaction. And that was almost leading to depression. So I left. When I left, that was when Planetharry was better. I started my own business, and I've been doing my own business up until now. And we are approximately 3 years short of a decade since I took that decision. When I took the decision, I didn't go home and lament. I didn't go home and cry on anybody's shoulder. I took that decision as a calculated risk. I had taken my time while I was on the job to see if there was demand for the skill sets that I have. There was. Are they people that can afford to pay for my services? Yes. Do I have a structured way to assess these people? Yes. Am I ready to go into entrepreneurship? Yes. And so I took a calculated risk and I went out there. I was able to structure my skill sets into business offerings, presented them in a way that they were services and products. And we've been able to grow from one-man business to several staff, and then a breakout company from the parent company. GetAdvantage Consulting was created out of Planetharry Solutions because GetAdvantage needed to handle a part of the things Planetharry is doing that was starting to change the vision of the company. And so we had to create another company that will help us drive this new vision. And so we do not distract this other company from its vision. But it started from a calculated risk. So I'm saying to you that however you want to multiply your potential, however you want to profit from your potential, there will be some level of risk. If you must take them, they should be calculated risk. The reward must outweigh the risk. If it is not, review it. If it is not, do it again. But don't be in a hurry to take risks because you assume that other people are taking risks. They may have calculated their risks, but you're not aware. Until you sit with them, you would not know how much calculation they did. You wouldn't know how much savings they had to put aside before they took that risk. So please, if you must take any risk, it should be one that is calculated. The next point is monitor your progress and adapt. When I first started Planetharry, it was Planetharry ICT solution. It was doing well for a while until I lost a job because of the ICT in our company name. We were told that our company name indicated that we were providing only ICT services. So what did I do? I monitored the system. We rebranded the company to Planetharry Solutions. We adapted to the demands in our space, and we continued our progress. So as you go out there trying to maximize your potential, monitor the progress you're making, adapt. There are times you would not make progress, you will fail. Learn from the failure and then adapt. Learn from the failure and adapt. Don't just, when you fail, the purpose of failure is so that you understand that there is something you didn't get right. There is something you didn't do properly. So failure is not a finality. Failure, like success, they are both journeys. There is no destination. It's a constant journey. When you fail forward. You make a mistake, but you continue on the journey. You correct it, but you keep going. And so for you to maximize your potential, you must monitor your immediate progress and then adapt. With progress comes responsibility. With progress comes a lot of pressure. So you should be able to monitor your progress, adapt, adjust, adapt, adjust, monitor, adapt, adjust. Regularly review your performance against the goals you have set, and then adjust your strategies whenever you need to. All of what we are saying rises and falls on goal setting. You must set goals. You must have plans. Written plans, please, not the one that is in your head. If you have an emotional plan, which is what I call it, when you have an idea in your head that is not written down, I call it an emotional plan. When you're not happy, the plan is gone. When you're happy, you remember the plan. It's like someone, when you have money, you suddenly remember the things you want to do. But have you noticed that when you have money, you forget the most important things if they are not written down? It is after you have spent the money that you begin to remember the important things you were supposed to do. It is the same with planning. If you do not set business plans, if you do not set personal career goals, you will forget. You will forget. As your emotions change, your reality changes. Things around you change. your mind moves to other things. So write the plan down, write the vision down, write the strategies down, write the goals down, write your key performance indicators down. Your key performance indicators are your measurement tape for your measurement tape rather for your goals. When you set goals, there has to be indicators for success. How do I know that this goal is working? How do I know that this strategy is working? If there are no indicators to test your strategies or goals, you will think it is working, but it is not. So I gave an example of buying a car in December 2024, and I said the cost of the car is 1.2 million, which means that I need to save a minimum of 100,000 every month. Now, my performance indicator is that in the first 1 quarter, which is 3 months or 4 months, depending on which you are working with, I should have saved 300,000 or 400,000. So if at the end of the first quarter, I do not have 300,000 or 400,000, it means that my goal may not be achievable. Whatever strategies I am using to generate money to buy the car may not be working. So it is important that you monitor your progress and adapt. You monitor by having your key performance indicator in place, by having your strategies in place, by having your goals in place. Next is to seek feedback. Seek feedback. Some of us know it all. Nobody does actually, but some of us just know it all. We suck at knowing what other people think. We don't care about what other people think. We don't care about other people's opinion. We are not saying take the opinion, but we are saying care about the opinion. Everybody cannot be wrong at the same time. Everybody cannot hate you at the same time. Everybody would also not like you at the same time. At least not all the time. So be intentional about seeking feedback. Ask people what they think about something you're doing, what they think about this, your skill, what they think about that's your talent, what they think about your performance, what they think about your output, what they think about. Always get feedback. Not from family and friends, please. Those people, they are our hypers. They would always tell us what we want to hear. You did very well. Oh, you are the best. No, not those people. Please get feedback from people who will look you in the eyes and tell you the truth. So get feedback from mentors, get feedback from coaches, get feedback from peers, from customers, from employees, from employers. Gain insights into areas that would allow you to improve. The whole essence of getting feedback is so that you can improve in areas where you're not doing very well. Use those feedback to refine your approach and continuously improve to greater success. It is important that you get feedback as you maximize your potential. Where I started from as a business is not where I am today. Some of the products that we provide, some of the services that we provide, we have refined and refined and refined them until they have gotten to where they are. We still have not arrived. There is no arrival point. That's what I'm saying. There is no arrival point. The moment you think that there is an arrival point, you're already failing. There is only constant improvement. There is only constant refinement. There is no global standard. There is no final standard. There is a continuous upgrade. The people you're dealing with are also improving every day. Their preferences are changing. Their demands are increasing. Their choices are changing. Everything is changing. And so you must constantly improve, seek feedback, and use that feedback to improve. If you provided a service to a client, give them like a week or thereabout, reach out and ask them for feedback on the service you provided. Or do a follow-up to see if the service you provided is still functional, and then get feedback. Sometimes the client may not even see that something may be wrong with what you have provided, but you would see it. If you do a follow-up, you would see it. And then you just quietly come back and improve. You can even decide to do a supplementary training or provide a supplementary service if you like and improve. Last year, one of the car companies recalled some of their cars that were not properly assembled. They were not properly assembled. I think they had some factory defaults, defects rather. And they recalled a lot of their cars in the US and recalled some even in Europe. So you can seek feedback to help you correct things you're not doing properly or things you may not have done properly that is affecting you from maximizing your potential. Finally, maintain a work-life balance. Maintain a work-life balance. Many of us do not know how to maintain a work-life balance. We struggle every day to find rest. Well, the truth is, I also fall in the same space. I'm a workaholic. I work as long as my eyes are open. I work. Even when I sleep, I tend to think that my brain is still doing something somewhere. But there has to be a balance to work and life. You should be able to find a balance to work and life. So how do you do that? You prioritize your well-being and maintain a healthy balance between your work and your personal life. Make out time to have fun. Fun may not necessarily involve you going to parties, drinking, or doing anything extraordinary. Having fun could just be reading a book. Having fun could just be seeing a movie. Having fun could just be one of anything that is not work. How do I relax? I listen to music. I watch a movie or I read a book. That's how I relax. So resting for me does not mean sleeping. For me, it means seeing a movie or probably watching a documentary, reading a book, listening to music. That is resting for me. You must find what works for your body system. Find what works for you and learn to rest. The truth is, if you're not there, somebody will still get the job done. So create time. Learn to rest. Because if you do not, you will burn out. And when you burn out, it can hinder productivity and creativity. Some people tell you they have writer's block. Some people tell you I'm not inspired and my creativity is low. I need to find time to unwind so I can boost my creativity. Those things sound cliche, they sound Gen Z, but they're actually true. If you become too exhausted, you could burn out and then it could affect your productivity and affect your creativity. So make out time to rest. Get some hobbies. Do something besides work. Spend time with loved ones. Spend time outside the workspace and allow yourself to rebuild itself. Okay? So these are 10 points that I think if you apply them properly, it will help you to maximize your multi-potential for profitability in your personal development or in your business. I'll just take the outline again, and then if there are questions, we'll take them. Number one, I said identify your strengths and passion. Identify your strengths and passion. Number two, set clear goals. Number 3, continuous learning and skill development. Number 4, build a diverse network. Family and friends are usually not your customers. Beyond your family and friends, beyond the people who hype you, you need to build an actual network. You need to create a community out there that you can sell to, that you can do business with, that can recommend you, that can refer you beyond family and friends. Number 5, embrace innovation. Number 6, focus on high-value activities. Number 7, take calculated risk. Number 8, monitor progress and adapt. Number 9, seek feedback and iterate. Seek feedback and iterate. Number 10, maintain work-life balance. Maintain work-life balance. By following these steps and leveraging on your multiple potential effectively, I believe that you can significantly increase your profitability and achieve very remarkable success in your career as a person or in your business endeavors. The most important thing about being a multi-potential person, a multi-talented person, a multi-skilled person, or polymath for short, is that when you have identified all of the potential that you have, the first question to ask yourself is, which can I monetize? Which has the higher demand out there? Once you identify the one that has the higher demand, you can build something called the business model canvas around that potential. Again, I have the business model canvas comprehensively explained on my YouTube channel. At Porbeni here is the channel, but if you just type my name, Harry Porbeni, you should be able to see the channel. Business model canvas is explained on that channel. Once you are able to identify the potential that you want to maximize, or several potentials that you want to maximize, the first question to ask yourself is, which of these can be monetized? Which of these has the highest demand right now? When you're doing this, you do this without sentiment. Because if your passion cannot give you money, it will frustrate you. You will get depressed. We know many people who are doing what they like without necessarily taking the time to check if what they like is someone else's need. If what they like has a demand for it out there, they don't care. They're just doing it because they like it. Some people succeed, get away with it. Other people do not. They lose a lot of resources and then lose themselves in the process. And so once you have outlined your potentials, you have identified the one that has the highest return on investment, or that would have the highest return if you focus on it, build a business model canvas around it. The business model canvas is an 8 or 9 block, strategic blocks that would show you a business structure at a glance, how it will make money, the value it is providing, who it will collaborate with, who it wants to sell to, where it wants to sell, how it will sell, the activities it will carry out, what it will cost you to do what you want to do. All of that is explained on my channel. Now, once you do that, and then you're able to find your footing around that talent, every other talent you have can now queue behind that talent. You find a way to integrate them together. You find a way to integrate them together. So, like I did, if you find a way to integrate them together, you find a way that whoever patronizes this one can patronize the other ones. So the way customers travel through our business model, we have structured our business in a way that a customer comes in for branding, but by the time we are done with them, they would have written a business plan. They may have attended our entrepreneurship training. They would have engaged us to employ for them. We would have registered their business. We would probably put them in our mentoring group, or we are coaching them. They would take several journeys with us. This could be all year round. But remember, what they came in for was just one thing. So if you're able to structure your potentials in a way that they are aligned and can form services or products that when somebody takes one, it seems like if it does not take the next one, it will not work. You know how some of us go to boutiques and you see a shirt paired with a trouser, and then you have trainers or sneakers under it, you have a face cap around it. It just seems like if you don't buy everything, you are not getting it. Even when you pick only the shirt and pay for it and go home, it feels like the trouser you're going to wear it with is not the right match if you had just bought everything. It's the same concept. So it doesn't matter where the customer comes in from. Find a way to integrate all your skills into services or products. That's how you maximize them. That's how you make more profits. If I come to you to write a business plan today, I come to you tomorrow to do branding, I come the day after for training. By the time you bill me for all of these services, I may not be able to afford them and I will leave. But if you bundle them into a product or a service, and I'm doing a one-off payment or instrumental payment, I would find that more sustainable. I will find that more profitable rather. But for me, it looks economical. But for you, you're maximizing potential. You're maximizing profit. So my parting words before the questions start coming will be, look for that particular skill that has the highest return, structure it, and cue the other skills behind it. If you can do this consistently using 10 strategies we have pointed out, I have added 2, your SWOT analysis and your business model canvas. If you put those 2, so 12, if you put them together, I'm very sure that you would have a different narrative before the year runs out. So thank you very much. If you have questions, I think we can, if there are questions, we can have them in the comment section, and I think I can attend to them. If not, over to you, Chijoke.
Okay. This is. I don't know how to start saying the thank you. I don't know how to start saying the thank you that I want to say because it's very heavy. This this is absolutely fantastic. This is absolutely fantastic. You know what? While I was, let me even turn on my camera. Yes, while I was while I was trying to invite guest speakers for this event, I had a lot of options in my head. You know, I thought there are some people who are popular, very very popular, famous. They have followers and all that, and I've attended their events or their sessions, and the information just seems to fly over the head. Just goes. People just get hyped. Oh, this person is a celebrity. This person is doing well online, and they have this and have that, but they're not really getting value. So I just thought of like, who's the most practical person that I can think of? Who are the most practical people I can think of? And that is how I came, yourself and also San also Jemezi came to mind. And I am not you did not go below my expectation. You even went overboard. And as I'm saying these things, if you have questions just drop it in the comments. If you have any question at all, me, I have my own. So if you have any question at all, drop it in the comments. The truth of the matter is, see, if some of the questions you're asking now, it's a privilege, it's a huge opportunity. Sometimes when it's time to ask questions, some people will be like, "Oh, I don't want to be noticed" or something like that. But the truth of the matter is, opportunities like this, they don't usually come too many times. You know, Sahari is being humble. In fact, I know I do not deserve to host him in my event. I know I don't deserve to host him in this event tonight. He's being very humble. But the truth of the matter is, if he decides to charge for a coaching session or for him to answer my own question, I will not be able to afford it. So this opportunity is something that you should utilize. You have questions about being multi-potential. You have questions about. In fact, let me tell you all a very, very interesting story, funny story, anyways. I met Sir Harry from somebody's comment section. I don't know if you remember, sir. Somebody was arguing, just throwing shades at multi potential. Like the thing just they vex me. I was looking at the post and it was hitting me so hard. Like not because he was getting to me, but I felt like this is just online bullying. The fact that this thing doesn't work for you doesn't mean it's not going to work for every other person. The fact that you were not born this way or made this way doesn't mean that every other person has to only stick to your formula or your template to succeed. And this is what a lot of social media gurus do. They bamboozle you. Almost every event I've attended in this Abuja that has to do with business and career growth or personal development, the problem I usually have with almost all of them, niche down. You cannot succeed if you don't pick one thing. You only have to find one thing that you will do with your entire life. Are you interested in this? Interested in that? The simple answer, throw them all away. Like dispose them, throw them out of the window. And I told myself, even if I'm going to be the only person that doesn't believe this nonsense, if I'm going to be the only person, let it be. Then when I came in contact with Sahari, I remember he granted me his time that day. And we talked and talked and talked. I think it was almost more than 45 minutes, more than an hour. We talked and talked and talked. As he was talking, I was just screaming, these internal screams. I was excited. I was excited. And the fact is, the fact that when you start talking about successful people, some of these online coaches that are coming out to make noise, they've not made money, they've not seen money. I mean, they've not seen money. They're just starting out and maybe they make a few hundreds of thousands and then they come out and they become gurus and mentors and coaches and they're just bombarding everybody with their ideas, their philosophies of life and all that. And when I met Sahari and we had a conversation, hey, oh my God. The way somebody will be calling figures like it's normal, you're calling, they're just calling things like this is a normal part of my life. It's not pride, but this is just what we are doing. I had this client and this is what the client paid. And I was like, okay. And here we go. People have been saying it is not possible for you to succeed if you do different things. And here is somebody who has mastered the art. Like he has mastered that art of harmonizing his different potentials, his different skill sets, his different abilities, and bringing them together. Some of them are obviously not together because I remember I told him he was speaking, and I think I asked him, "What do you do public speaking? And you speak so well. Do you do public speaking?" And he was like, um, I've not really considered that so well, but I remember, not that I remember, I had an event somewhere. I spoke in this church. I just finished doing this and this. I'm like, dude, come on now. This is mind blowing. Even your not so conscious competencies, you manifest them so well. Like to the point you can be doing something by mistake and you'll be paid for it. you can be paid for something that you mistakenly fell into, and that has become my life. That's become my life. Something happened today. I'm coming from a very, very far place. In fact, the boundary between Abuja and Lokoja, a very far place, almost 2 hours from where I stay. We had a health outreach that we plan to organize, our national body. And the interesting and funny thing is the there were three places we planned to go: a motherless babies home, a health outreach in a primary healthcare center, and then a secondary school where we'll go and talk about career choices and then introduce them to physiotherapy, as a profession. And for the health outreach, they thought about who would deliver the talk for the people, for those who were coming to the primary healthcare center, particularly women. So they needed somebody to talk on women's health. Nobody else came to mind. It was me. They reached out to me. I prepared a few things that I've presented before. I didn't even bother looking at it. I mean, it's there. It will not go anywhere. So I prepared my mind that I was going to deliver the talk. They reached out to me again. The secondary school, we wanted to take the session on career clarity and this and that. I said, okay, no problems, no problems. I'll just prepare. If there's need for slides, I'll do that and get everything ready. When we got there, at the end of the day, when I finished the demonstration for the participants who came, the people who came, the women who came for the talk and everything, the staff of the primary healthcare center, nurses and other medical professionals who were there, were like, we need our own special attention too. Now we did something there because we would not really have time to attend to all of them. I just suggested to them, why not we just gather them and give them a special talk on ergonomics, on posture, on back care, on things like that. They said, okay, 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 okay. Can you do that? You don't need to ask me. Yes, I can. So immediately they said, can you do that? And I said, yes. Next thing, I cornered those people and I started delivering the talk. And this is just, I'm sharing this story so that you will be inspired to know that you can be all that you desire to be. You can be excellent and you can be sought after. And not just that, you can also make a lot of money doing those different things that you do. Even if you don't consider me a good example, forget that I'm wearing multi-potentialite coach t-shirts that my mentees sent to me. Even if you don't consider me a good example, look at Sir Harry Porbeni. And do not forget, go and find his YouTube channel. I'm definitely going to send it to the group. But find the YouTube channel, sit there and drink. This is one thing that has helped me. When I see people who are doing well and they have multiple identities, I follow them. I study them very well. And you can only defeat one bias with another bias. You can defeat one bias with another bias, and that other bias is truth. And the only way you see the truth is evidence. So if he can do this and do this and do this and harmonize this and do this ones differently and still be successful and still be doing plenty figures, there's nothing you can tell me. If one person can do it, it is a possibility. It is a possibility. So follow him bumper to bumper. Follow on Facebook, follow on Instagram, follow on everywhere you can follow, anywhere you bumper to bumper. I mean, you go to Facebook, turn on live notification. That's the way I do. Whenever he posts, I get notification. He himself and also Onyejemezi, I just go favorite. There is this, I don't know if you will know how to do the setting, but that's what I do. I'll just go favorite. I favorited my favorite creators on social media so that once I come, even if I'm getting distracted, I'm growing with the distraction. I'm seeing the post, I'm like, okay, yes, this is value. I'm seeing them doing different, I'm seeing him organizing different things, and I'm like, this is very inspiring. Okay, so follow, go to YouTube, drink. Me, I'm going to go and subscribe to the YouTube channel. I'm going to go and drink from the content there. So you don't have an excuse. When we will not ask you questions, some people will come and ask you stupid questions, very stupid questions like, show me one Nigerian or one young person or one black person that has ever gotten successful that did not pick one thing. The last person that asked me that question, I was like, what the heck? Okay, you are using your own definition of success, but that's an insult to me standing before you and you're asking me that kind of question. Well, no problem. If you want me to show you, I can show you. There are plenty. There are plenty. And of course, Sahari is here. I will not even go far. You can go and check him out. You can go and do your investigation, or FBI or EFCC. You can go and do your investigation. So thank you. My heart is heavy with gratitude. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. Harry. Thank you so much. I know if I were to pay for this, I would not be able to afford it, definitely. But I'm sincerely grateful. So we have a few questions here before I ask my own. I want
Yes,
to be wicked now.
let me just
I'll just
answer
ask
these questions.
and take
Let me
advice.
answer them so that I wanted to type,
Okay.
but I think answering them verbally would be better.
Okay.
So Ijoma is asking,
Okay.
how can I deal with my skills as health worker and be able to build a sustainable brand as what? Okay, as well as a
As
public
well as
speaker, writer, teacher, soccer pungent, HRO, creative persona. Okay, so the question is related to everything we have talked about. Now, the first thing Ijoma needs to do is to pick that potential that has the highest visibility. Pick the potential with the highest visibility and build everything around it. So Ijoma can decide to be a public health, what's the word now? Okay, a health worker who, in fact, I have a friend in Bielsa. We call her the business doctor. She owns a hospital. She's a polymath. She owns a hospital, but we call her the business doctor. If you check out, she's on Instagram. That's her name on Instagram. That's also her. She has a page on Facebook that bears the same name, the business doctor. She's a medical doctor, but she also does SME consulting. And she runs both side by side. There are people who know her as a business consultant and then eventually got to know she's a medical doctor. And there are people who knew her as a medical doctor and have business challenges and came to her again. So when we say structure, you're structuring them in a way that one is giving you access to people and the other is benefiting from the access from these other people. Through HRO, you can become a family doctor to somebody. Through your creative speaking, public speaking, how you will handle public speaking will be different because of where you're coming from. When I speak with several terminologies, not necessarily tied to a particular space, because I deal with several spaces. So my English is not structured to one space. And then you come up sounding very smart to some people. The thing is, because you are multi-talented, you read across several sectors. And so when you talk from experience across several sectors. So with the way Ijoma can function just about anywhere. The most important thing now is how can Ijoma put the most important skill out there so that the others can queue around that skill. As a public speaker, Ijoma can speak about health. And from health, people will get to know that she's also a public speaker on HR. She's a public speaker on sports. She's a public speaker on creative persona. She's also a writer. She's a teacher. But see, it has to start from somewhere. So if speaking is the one that gives you the most visibility, you use speaking to grow all the other talents around you. That's for Ijoma. Eze is asking how to integrate his skills. Okay, you said learn a skill to integrate your skill into one, build a business model. My question is, if I do things across different industries, how can I integrate that? Okay. So if, for instance, I'm a computer student with data analytics skills, analysis skills, yet I'm skilled in drumming, so how do I integrate both? Okay, now let's assume as a drummer, you decide to take advantage of YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, as the case may be, and you create your recording sessions where you record yourself rolling the drum and doing different stuff, playing drums, showing people your skills, telling people, sharing hacks on how to be an effective drummer and all of that stuff. Your data analysis skill will come in when you now need to measure your visibility. Because you have that skill, it is easy for you to now do Facebook advertising. It's easy for you to analyze your audience. It's easy for you to interpret data. You can use the data from your own channels or from your own personal brand to create your own strategies. How about if you create a platform that says you are a drummer, and then people join your channel, you drum for a while, and then you stop and teach them on data analysis. So people are attracted by your drumming skills, and then they learn data analysis. People come on your platform because they want to learn data analysis, not because of the drumming. But there is another group that is coming to the platform because they want to learn drumming and what happens besides drumming. Drum your way to data analysis. drum your way to data and unraveling data analysis through drumming. Catchy phrases like this gets the attention of the people you want, and then you sell them the content you actually want to sell. Either way, you're selling two things. You're selling your skill as a drummer, you're selling your expertise as a data analyst. So yes, you can marry these things. One has to be the one that gives you the bulk of the visibility, the bulk of the traffic. And then you can gradually integrate the other one. Any other question here? Yes, so potential can be something as simple as what you see and other people do not. Yes, that's very possible. So you have a potential. People may not necessarily see your potential immediately. It is your job to grow that potential, hone it until it becomes visible. But you need to be careful when you're working on a potential. You must also ask yourself. Remember, we're talking about maximizing the profit of that potential. So the question to you would be: this potential that I want to grow, what is its value? What problems will I solve with this potential? How will I use this potential to solve someone's problem and in return benefit from it? If you have not answered those questions, that potential may not be the one you want to drive. So for every potential you have, the first question would be, what problems can I solve with this potential? What is the capacity of problems out there, the magnitude of problems out there that I can solve? Do I have enough problems I want to solve that when I solve them would maximize my profitability? If yes, you can go ahead. Starting with a strategic plan, I can integrate my skills in order to maximize my potential. I see the point. Okay, yeah. I think that's all. That's all. I'm not sure we have any
Yes,
other question.
yes, that's all. Those are the questions there. Then
Okay.
I have my own special question. I
Okay.
have my own special question. Whenever I attend any event, be it online, offline, I usually love to ask some questions. And the reason I love to ask some questions is because it causes trouble. My
Okay.
friends literally look out for me in some events because they know that I will put that speaker in a tight spot, you know, and most of the time is one answer I'll get. So most times I'm either asking, what if you have many potentials? Or if you want to start a business and you have many ideas, how do you go about registering the business? Most of the time, what they will tell you is something like this: which one is more, or which one do you like more, or which one is more, profitable, or something like that. And once they say a few things, narrow it down to a tiny spot, and then you go with that one, register that one, then throw every other thing away. But that's not the way I see things. So this is a challenge I know a lot of people have, myself inclusive. So when it comes to business registration, I know you mentioned something when you talked about Planetharry technology or something. So you said you faced some registration issues. So how do we not face this? For some of us who are young and starting up and about to go register their businesses, register their startups and stuff like that, how do we go about using a name that is more encompassing, that allows other things and also allows for innovation? Because one thing I've realized is over the years I have evolved. I mean, too many times than I ever imagined. And I could be doing something today, I mean, something that I'm so passionate about, and I feel like, yes, this is going to be all my life is about. And then the next few weeks, I'm like, did I even do this? Like, how did I endure this? you know, so how do you create something that accompany your evolution? So for me, as an example,
Okay.
I love teaching. I do coaching. I do mentoring. I do corporate speaking. I'm a health professional, a physiotherapist. I do quite a lot of other things. Some of them are really so unrelated. I play football. I'm a goalkeeper. I mean, semi-professional goalkeeper. You know, the Stanley Nwabali of Abuja. So I do quite a lot of other things. So if I want to open the kind of business that I would love to open to run is something that would pull health and wealth creation together. You know, people learning how to create wealth, learning skills and monetizing those skills, learning how to sell and all that, and also going into the corporate world, teach people about health and all. So what kind of name can I use if I want to register such a business? What kind of name can people use?
Okay, so quickly, let me answer that. So when the name is usually not the problem, it is the description of the company that is the issue. Now, many people register their businesses and write general merchandise. Now, legally, that is wrong because general merchandise means that you sell anything and everything, and someone can implicate you in a bad business and say, after all, your business says you're a general merchandise. So, Planetharry was set up as an innovation-driven enterprise. Planetharry is not an SME. It's not a tech startup. It is an innovation-driven enterprise. It means that we are tech-driven, we are mobile, we are spontaneous, we are scalable. That's what it means. Now, because the business is designed around innovation, we had to create GetAdvantage Consulting because the HR component in Planetharry was forcing us to have too much local presence. Planetharry deals with more of our diaspora clients. Planetharry is why I travel a lot. I'm in Abuja today, tomorrow I'm in Port Harcourt, next tomorrow I'm in Lagos. I'm almost always on the go. The staff of Planetharry, they are mostly hybrid staff. We hold strategy meetings on Telegram. I have only one staff from Planetharry in Bayelsa. The rest staff, they are hybrid, but they get their jobs done. But the component that now requires us to stay on the ground was now the training aspects, the coaching aspects, the mentoring aspects. Those were starting to change the idea of what Planetharry was designed for. And so we quickly created another company and moved all these other services that share the same like terms into one space. So GetAdvantage does HR, enterprise development training, entrepreneurship training, mentoring, skill acquisition, all of that is in GetAdvantage. So if you want to do wellness and wealth creation, the company name, for example, can be Chijoke Incorporated, for instance. But your products in Chijoke Incorporated, you now have products. Those products are what will now capture your interests. So you're creating products that you can harmonize. You have wealth creation as a product. You have wellness as a product. But you have wellness and wealth creation as a hybrid product. So there are people who do not want wealth. They just want to do their health and go, no problem. There are people who just want to create wealth. They don't want to do anything with their health, no problem. You have people who want a combination. So based on the objective of the company, you now create products and services that represent all of your interests. If they look like they are not things you can harmonize, you create a unit for them. What has Dangote Cement got to do with Dangote Sugar? Nothing. But their subsidiaries, they are all under a Dangote group. What has Kilimanjaro got to do with Market Square? Nothing. Except for bread, nothing. But they are both owned by the same company, Sundry Foods. So Sundry Foods is the holding name. Dangote Group is the holding name. Friesland is the holding name. Big Milk and Three Crown are owned by the same people. All these companies are holding names. So they do not, because they have different products that have different expressions, they bring them under a holding name, but these products can express themselves. They can trademark them if they want. If not, they all have their own holding names. If you buy something in Kilimanjaro, you buy something in Market Square, the money goes to the same place. But they have their own unique brand identities. So wellness as a product can have a brand name. Wealth creation as a product can have a brand name, but both of them are under Chijioke Incorporated. So in the company description, you have outlined all the things the company will do. Yeah, so that's how it works. So we did that for Planetharry. We have also done the same for GetAdvantage. So the description of the companies were rearranged. Looking ahead, we are futuristic. We know the things that will come under the company. So even if we are not doing them now, we have captured them. And then the ones that will not come, we have moved them to another entity and create them there. Now, as a person, I have Harry Porbeni Unlimited as a personal brand. Under Harry Porbeni Unlimited as a personal brand, I do public speaking, I do private mentoring, I do private coaching, I do any other facilitation that has to do with just me as a person and does not involve my companies. I handle that as Harry Porbeni Unlimited. So I have a Facebook page that is Harry Porbeni Unlimited. Anywhere I speak and there is a video content, I put it there. It's on Facebook. I have Harry Porbeni Unlimited as my YouTube channel. I have Harry Porbeni Unlimited on Telegram where I train. I have a Telegram channel. That one is free. People can go there and just get free content. And then I have a mentoring group, Mentoring with Harry Porbeni Unlimited. So these are three different entities. So there are things that will be under your personal brand. There are things that will come under your corporate brand. So once you know them, and then you're futuristic about them, they now come under the description of the company name. So the name is not the problem. The issue is the description of the company. Once you describe it properly, it will warehouse anything you want to do. Now, whatever you want to start with is your most valued products, which is what those people were asking. Which product has the best visibility? Which product will give you the most turnover? They are not supposed to tell you to throw the other products away. They are supposed to tell you to maximize this one so that you can bring in the other ones gradually. MVP is important when you don't have so much money to scale into the market. Pick the most valued product and start from there. And then gradually you bring in all the other products. I think that should do it.
Perfect. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Like this is clarity. This is an overdose of clarity. Come on, this is too good. So there are some events that I attend, and the reason I'm attending those events is because I look at the flyer and I see one of the speakers or two of the speakers, and I know that they do not really do one thing. They don't really do one thing. I know one of them is Sam Obafemi, and I observed him. I noticed he's into mindset, mental health, coaching, speaking, this training, writing, publishing, and all that. So when I see such people at events, I just attend and I'm just listening. They can say the whole thing they're going to say in that event, but I'm just looking for secrets. I'm just looking for tips. I'm just looking for something. There are some of them that I had one of them that I paid for one of his programs. I got close to him because I just wanted one answer. I just wanted one answer. I just needed one thing. And even though he did not eventually answer that, I was able to figure observing and monitoring his brand. Now, and this is one of the most phenomenal things. Talented, if you have multiple potentials and ideas that you would like to turn into businesses or careers, what name should I use? How should I set this up? How should I structure this and that? So this has also given me an idea and solidified a lot of things for me, like a lot of things in my head. It has made it set on stone. So thank you very much, Harry Porbeni Unlimited. GetAdvantage, Planetharry Solutions, mentoring with Harry Porbeni Unlimited. So you don't necessarily have to stick to one mold. You don't necessarily have to just find a way to box everything into one particular.
That's why when people invite me for events and they ask me how should we describe you, I just say write my name and write business and technology development strategist. Don't put, because I don't run one company. You can't list all of the companies. You can't also favor one company over another. So just put a title of what I do. I do business, I do tech. HRO is a part of business. And so I do business, I do tech, I consult, I'm a strategist. Just leave it like that. Now, when I talk, we can now know whether you want to deal with any of my companies, but I don't box myself into a space by tying myself to a particular company name. No, I do not. And the bio I gave to you is a bio that is in line with what you are doing today. If you call me for something else that is not around this, my bio will tell you something else.
I noticed
That will
it.
capture the areas where I make impacts. So for people that are multi-talented, you also need to I don't have one bio, I have several. Short bios like that, I have several. Depending on the nature of the event, I put the part of the event that is most important to you. If you invite me to an HRO event, my bio will focus more on my HRO impact. If you invite me to a tech event, my bio will focus more on my tech impact. So it depends on what you're inviting me for. I would pick the one that suits what you want to do, and I send it to you. So you don't need to box yourself into a space. You can take it one day at a time, but you don't need to box yourself into a space. That way, you're able to function. I think we have a last question. I'm still in the office, and I need to go home. We have a last question. I just started an online business that has to do with selling accessories like wristwatches, blah, blah, blah. So just recently, I had a group of drop shippers having, I think the person is still typing.
So maybe should I? Oh no, can you send the question? Maybe send to me, then I'll send it to him. Then if there's a way to reply with a voice note, then I'll send it over to the group if that works, so that we don't keep.
I can do a voice note and send back to you. That's fine.
Okay. So please do, so that we don't hold you back. Thank you very,
This
very,
group of
very.
dropshippers, how can I get them to be more productive as an HRO? I said, let me ask if I should start up with big monetary rewards as incentives. No. Big monetary rewards does not work. You cannot beat a dead horse and make it faster than it would run. It doesn't work. First things first. One of the mistakes we make as HRO is that we employ people because we like how they look. We employ people because they look like they can get the job done. We are not certain that they can get the job done. So before you engage people, first things first, as an HRO person, list down what you want to achieve for that position you want to fill. And then ask yourself, what are the kind of people you're looking for to fill that space? Once you're able to create a canvas of who you're expecting, what the person should possess, the kind of skills you need, and the expectations from that person, when you come in contact with that person, you would know. If you just want to employ and you have people submitting CVs, I like marketing, I have experience in marketing, that is just words. So do a SWOT analysis for the position. Create a canvas, a SWOT analysis for your prospective dropshipper, as the case may be. And then because you already have what you're looking for, when you find the person that has it, you will know. If you throw money to people who do not have the capacity to deliver, it wouldn't make them deliver overnight. It will not. So my advice would be, beyond the reward that you want to give, are they delivering on their expected mandates? If somebody is not delivering, throwing more money at them will not make them deliver. You should only throw money because you want more result, not because they're not delivering on the result they were employed for or on the objective that was aligned as their job description. No, you're only just going to start a precedence that you may not be able to sustain. If they are delivering on their mandates, but you want them to deliver more and you're throwing money as an incentive, that's fine. But if they are not delivering on their mandates and you want to throw money to make them deliver, no, that is wrong. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for having me. It's been fun, it's been lovely, but I have to go home. So if you have any other questions, pass them through Chijoke, they will get to me. If you follow me on any of the social media handles, you can leave a question, I would answer it. I think that's that. You can follow me on Telegram, you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, X. I'm almost everywhere. Just check the name. My name is the same on every platform. I have just one name. I have just one profile picture across every platform you find me. So it wouldn't be difficult to find. Thank you everyone for your questions, for your contribution. Chijoke, thank you for inviting me. This is fun. I hope we do something much more different next time. Whichever that works for you, it's fine. My doors are open. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So please, one request. StreamYard is going to be uploading the video, so you can just when you go backstage, you can just leave the phone on minimize. Just minimize it so that it gets to upload. Once you leave, it will stop uploading. So
Okay. Okay.
yes, thank you so much. Thank you so much.
All right. All right.
Okay, let me see. So who is still here with me? Who is still here with us? Who is still here with me? Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everybody. So this has been amazing. This is the second day of the conference. This is the second day of the Thrive conference, and I hope we are ready to thrive. These are very essential topics that we've brought to you. I hope, I hope, I hope you are going to take action after this. Like I said, I wanted this to be as practical as possible, and trust me, I wasn't disappointed. I wasn't disappointed one bit. Okay, one bit. I wasn't. Now, I from since morning I've been outside. Since morning I've been outside. Um, I had to go to National Hospital to get ready for the outreach that we were planning. I had to move from National Hospital all the way to Abaji, the boundary between Abuja and Kogi State. you know, but while I was there, I was worried because I was like, oh, 6 o'clock is it's. I mean, it's already 5. It's already 6. I mean, going to 6 o'clock. I don't want to be caught up here. Like, I don't want to be in traffic while this event starts, or I don't want 8 o'clock to meet me here. I was just so worried. I was just so worried. Luckily for me, graciously, um, fortunately, I was able to get to my junction by around 7:30 or 7:20, 7:28, you know, and I came around. Normally, if it's judging by the fact that I'm stressed and I need rest, I would have just cancelled this and said, "Oh, let me find a way to talk to the speaker and see if it." But that would no. I said never. Even if it means me doing it on the road, no wahala. Because I know how busy Mr. Harry is. You don't need any confirmation. I know how busy he is. For him to bring out his time to do this, it is a lot. It is a lot. And I remember the day I asked him, I told him, we had that conversation. Um, When you see kind people, you will know. When you see good people, you will know. It won't be hard for you to tell. We had that conversation, and I remember telling him, I would like you to share this with my audience. I would like you to open this well of value to my audience. I have a lot of people who follow me who are also multi-talented, who are multi-potentialites, but they are being indoctrinated outside there. They are being bullied online. They are being made to feel like you cannot thrive if you do not have just one thing that you are doing with your life. That you cannot thrive if you know you are doing different things or if you're interested in different things, right? So I told him that I'm going to like him to share, that I'm going to come and ask him, and he gave me that go ahead. So this is the power of relationships, and not just relationships, it's the power of meeting kind people, meeting good people. Now, I want us to reciprocate in one way or the other. Gratitude is the attitude of greatness. Gratitude is the attitude of great people. Gratitude will change your it will change your life for good. One thing that has really helped me is I attend events, even if beyond events, be it events or content online, social media, and all that. When I get value from people, I tend to appreciate them. I tend to let them know that I appreciate them. Sometimes that makes all the difference. Sometimes it makes all the difference. Most times, all of the time, it makes all the difference. I let them know that I really appreciate them. This event, this conference, see, it would not have been possible without certain people. The volunteer team, you guys did an amazing job. Varashi is here. Um, where's Phoebe? Okay, Phoebe is. I think she's busy. But all those who participated in the in fact, there's a lot to say. There's a lot on my mind. But like, I'm sincerely grateful. And then the speakers they outdid themselves. They outdid the expectation. Imagine coming here to spend almost 2 hours, and he just said he was still in the office. He had not gone home. That is a lot of sacrifice. And why am I saying all these things? Why am I iterating? You can forget me, oh, forget me. Don't come to tell me thank you. Don't come to tell me thank you. It's fine. I understand that everybody's busy with their lives. Don't do anything for me. Don't thank me. Don't say anything. Don't post anything for me. But you see these two speakers that I invited, please show gratitude. Show gratitude. I know how difficult it can be. People invite me to events. Sometimes I'm on the road, inside boat or inside, of course it's boat now. I'll not be doing this inside traffic. But sometimes I am somewhere away, but I have to book a boat ride because somebody invited me to speak in their event by 7 and I was caught up outside. So I know that okay, I'm going to start this event while inside the vehicle. I've done this a couple of times, you know, and it's hard. It's very hard. It's very hard. Sometimes you can never tell the depth of sacrifice that people make to speak at events. If you don't understand this, you tend to underlook. You will not really value that time. It is a lot. So please, 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 the least you can do, follow them on social media, then do a shout out. Do a shout out to Sir Harry Porbeni. Do a shout out to Sanon Sonye Jemezi. Share what you learned. This thing I'm telling you is a life transforming secret. I go for events. I go for events and I listen to people speak, right? I listen to people who come to share knowledge. And I'm like, no, this one is different. This particular person is different. This is somebody I would like to connect with. I don't go to their DM and start shouting, please mentor me, sir, which is what a lot of people do these days. They all jump into DM, please mentor me, sir, please mentor me. Professional beggy beggy, please mentor me. If they tell you, okay, I offer paid mentorship program. I have a lot of people, they will come to my DM, sir, please mentor me. I will reply, I offer paid mentorship program. They take off like Ben Johnson or Usain Bolt. Never to come to my DM again. Never. They run away. They're not even asking, oh, what's the price? Let me see if I can afford it. You vamoose. Please mentor me, please mentor me. And the idea, the concept of mentorship that most people have is to come and take from you, drink from you, suck you dry, squeeze your neck, press out your blood, and drink everything. That's the concept of mentorship that they understand. Give me your time, give me your attention, give me your money, give me everything you have, and die so I can live. Hey, 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 I'm not Jesus Christ. I don't do that. Right? So I decide that I'm going to do the opposite. So when I see such people and they speak, I get value from them. As they are speaking, I know the name on the flyer, I know their names. I go and go browse out the name. Sometimes I'll type the name on Google. It will now show me their different platforms. This person is on LinkedIn, is on Facebook. I'll check. Is it tallying with who I'm seeing here? I'll enter DM. Sometimes I may not know their stronger foot. I may not know the social platform they are more active on. And what will I now do? I'll go to all of them. So I'll send the message on different platforms and I will alert them and let them know that I'm sending it on different platforms because I don't know the one they will see first or the one they're going to see. Right? So as they are speaking, I'm typing, wow, this is really life changing. I mean, this was really phenomenal for me. I got a lot of value. This particular point that you made while talking about gratitude or while talking about networking, I it's eye opening for me. And these are the things I'm going to take home from this event. These are the things I'm going to apply immediately I leave here, and I'm sure I'll get the results. Thank you so much. Now, when you do those things and itemize, you are doing something that only 1% of the 1% will do. Only 1% of people. Jesus healed 10 lepers. One came back to say thank you. One came back to say, to give proper gratitude. 9 left. How many did the Bible record that they got whole, that Jesus made whole? One. That one that came back. So I've learned that power of one, that 1% rule. That I would have said 10%, but it's not even up to 10% of people. It's just you can I'm telling you from experience, you can organize an event for 10,000 people or 2,000 people or 5,000 people. And by the time you are done, only maybe 10 or 20 will come and say, this changed my life. I mean, this is fantastic. And they type something commendable. Then you now see a lot of people will just thank you, sir, 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 thank you, sir. You just fill your chats. Next thing you are seeing 500 chats, DMs. Just thank you, sir, thank you, sir, thank you, sir, thank you, sir, thank you. You just be replying, copy and paste. You are very welcome. You are welcome. You are welcome. When you are tired, you just like the ones you can like. The rest of them you leave it. I'm just trying to say these things because they're important. It has won me friends, it has won me very great relationships. I mean, people of power, people of influence that I was able to connect with simply because I went to their DMs and I said thank you. And the advantage there is when you do something like that, it initiates a relationship, initiates a connection, it gives you a connection point. So some of them that I exchange contacts with, I said stuff like that. Next thing I check, they reply my message, they accept my friend request. I had one of them who said he doesn't accept friend requests from people, that he has maxed out. He doesn't. I showed gratitude, sent him a message, long message, and I sent him a friend request. Let me see if he won't accept. He accepted, he read the message, replied the message almost immediately, and he accepted my friend request. It's just the law of reciprocity and the art of gratitude working together. So it's up to you. But I really would appreciate it if you go out there, mention these people, tag them, tag Nonso Onyejemezi, tag Planetharry, not Planet, tag Harry Porbeni, tag them on your post and show gratitude. Okay? So beyond that, we are officially coming to the close of Thrive Conference, and I hope you got value. I hope you've been blessed. I hope you've been blessed, particularly my multi-farm, my multiverse people. So, if you are here from multiverse, if you are here from the multiverse, and if you're not viewing live, maybe you're watching this as a you can always just comment on it, put it in the comment section, hashtag multiverse, okay? Or if you want to join the multiverse too, you can just comment hashtag multiverse, anyone. But you know, I just want you to know that you are valued, and I want the best experience for you. I want the best experience for you. So have an amazing night rest. Besides that, um, the most active person in this session tonight, this particular session, the most active person will be going home with the most active person will be going home with something. Hmm? I will be making a personal offer to the person. So I will announce it later. I already know the person, Sha, but I'll wait for Varashi to confirm. But I already know the person. Um, so that most active person will be going home with something phenomenal. Okay, so that's it. That's it. Thank you all for joining. We've hit the 2 hour mark, and I won't want to keep you for too long. And this is just me saying thank you for attending, because even at some point I thought of canceling the whole event. I thought of canceling. I wasn't meeting up to my target. But thank God for my team. Thank God for Varashi. Thank God for Phoebe. Thank God for Miracle, Menora. Even though she's not here, probably too busy as well. But Miracle Agabi really surprised me. Varashi surprised me. Phoebe surprised me. And everyone else. Cornelius, the designer, he was one who did the design for the event, working with Barashi, the general, the overall, the Oga Pata Pata of the coordinators, the coordinator of my volunteer team. And yeah, everyone else who played a part. If you are here and you shared the flyer in any way, you participated in publicity, even though you were not expecting any reward, I am sincerely grateful to you. I am sincerely grateful, sincerely grateful. So, um, once again, go and follow Harry Porbeni. Go and follow him everywhere you can, everywhere you can, everywhere you can. So Varashi, I think you do me the favor of compiling his anywhere you can see his footprint on social media. Just compile the link and send to me, so that I can publish it on the group, and everyone should get to follow. This is how you learn. Sometimes learning will not come through books. Sometimes you're going to be bored reading a handful of books and all that. Sometimes what you need is direct information that will come from the stable, from the table of masters. And sometimes those things is not something you plan for. The information can just bump into you because you are within their perimeter, because you are within their circle, because you are watching their YouTube video, you are following them on Facebook. Those opportunities will just keep coming in, coming in. When you see them, grab them. So go and follow, bumper to bumper. Don't show mercy. Anything they release, you've seen these people, you've known them. This is not some online guru that is forming one thing or the other. You you've seen them, you've known them, you can trust them. So anything he's doing tomorrow and there's a fee involved, you you have the money, pay for it. Get it. It's going to help your life. It's going to help your life. Get it. And it's usually very good to go for people who understand you, people who their philosophies are not so far from you. I can't learn the secret of success from somebody who just says it means, that success has to be achieved only if you pick one thing. It is away from my fundamental philosophy about life. I cannot submit to their own authority or submit to their own knowledge, right? So I will find people who endorse my own assertions and let me know that the dream that I have is a possibility. The vision that is within my mind is something that can be touched and felt, is something that can be produced and created. Those are the people that are more likely listen to. So follow him. Follow, follow, follow. and follow. Okay. So with this, we've come to the end of Thrive Conference. I want to see the output. I want to see feedback. I want to see evidence flying around. Okay. I'm also going to be checking. Varashi is going to be checking. You can tag me on any of those posts, right? You can tag me, mention me, and um, when you mention me on the post, if you this one is optional, I'm not saying you have to do it. When you mention me on the post, ensure that you mention all the speakers, and talk about what you learned from their sessions, and then go to the comment section and tag Varashi, okay? Or you can copy the link and send to him. He's an admin in the group. So I'll definitely see the posts, I'll look at them, and then I'll know what to do from there. So you all do have amazing, wonderful night rest. We'll see in the group and then we'll talk more. Bye.